Well, hey guys, welcome back to Vigoroso DC, and I am actually bent on one knee right now. This is the first intro I've ever filmed bent on one knee, and this is so that you can see the top of this tower right here. This is the Netherlands Carillon, which was a gift of the Netherlands to the United States in appreciation of our help during World War II and our help during the aftermath of World War II. But anyway, I want to show you exactly where we are right now. So we are in a place called Arlington Ridge Park. It is a medium-sized park in Arlington, Virginia. And just over there in front of us, you can't see it, but the Marine Corps Memorial is right over there. It's roughly a 3-minute walk to get from there to here. So their gift to us was a carillon. And what exactly is a carillon? What is this? So a carillon is a bell tower. It is a bell tower that holds a series of bells that are automated. So let's go take a look at what this is all about. Here it says, from the people of the Netherlands to the people of the United States of America. Here's a view from the inside, so you can see when I put this through the bars. You can see there are stairs, and these stairs go all the way up. Here's a better view with a bit of distance, and the bells, it's hard to see like this, but the bells are all the way at the top. So let's take a closer look now at the bronze lions. It's interesting how its head is so much smaller than the rest of its body. It kind of reminds me of Fernando Botero's sculptures. If you ever take a look at them, it's kind of the same thing. His works, they have, no matter if it's humans or animals, they generally have a body that is much larger than its head. And we'll take a look at the other one.
You know what I mean? If somebody, not just her, but they.
And here is some signage that I want to show you. So down in the bottom left corner, it says, from the people of the Netherlands to the people of the United States. A song of thanks. During World War II, the U.S. helped liberate the Netherlands from Nazi occupation. After the war, the U.S. helped rebuild European economies. The people of the Netherlands gave Americans this carillon to thank them. A carillon is a percussion instrument of bells. Each bell in this tower is bronze and inscribed with poetry and emblems. The bells represent various aspects of Dutch society, such as art, science, agriculture, the youth of the Netherlands, and more. When a musician plays, they use a large keyboard of pegs in the top level of the tower. Wires connect each peg to a clapper that strikes a bell. The keyboard of pegs is laid out like a piano keyboard. The bell that makes the lowest musical note is 6 feet 9 inches wide and weighs 12,654 pounds. The highest note comes from a bell that is 8 inches wide and weighs 26.5 pounds. And we have another one, Harmony of Friendship. The Netherlands Carillon has moved around the Washington, D.C. area and grown over time. In 1952, Queen Juliana presented the carillon symbolically to President Truman in Meridian Hill Park. In 1954, 49 bells were installed in a temporary structure in West Potomac Park. While the bells rang from there, construction on a permanent carillon began here. Dutch architect Joos W.C. Balks designed the 127-foot-tall tower. The geometric design recalls the style of Dutch artist Piet Mondrian. The tower was the first modernist steel memorial on the National Mall. On May 5, 1960, the bells were celebrated in their new permanent home, the Netherlands Carillon. May 5th is Liberation Day in the Netherlands. It marks the end of Nazi occupation of the Netherlands during World War II. In 1995, 50 years after World War II, Netherlands Prime Minister Kok presented President Clinton with the 50th bell. In 2022, after a 2-year rehabilitation project, the carillon was rededicated. 3 more bells were added, making this a grand carillon with 53 bells total. 1 bell is for General George C. Marshall, who helped rebuild Europe after World War II with the Marshall Plan. Another commemorates First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt's advocacy for human rights. The final of the 3 new bells honors Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s lifelong work advancing civil rights. 2 bronze lions guard the carillon. Cast by Dutch sculptor Paul Koning, these lions symbolize the Dutch royal family. In spring, thousands of tulips decorate the grounds. And we have a few pictures here. And at the bottom it says, Edward M. Nasser, volunteer carillon director, plays the bells with his hands on the batons and his feet on the pedals. Down here, in 1952, Queen Juliana of the Netherlands presented a token to President Truman as a promise of the carillon to come in 1954. And there's definitely a large element of flowers here. Now we are at the end of October, so the flowers aren't looking their best, but you can imagine what it's like in the spring. And as we just saw on the information plaque, there are thousands of tulips planted here in the spring. And of course, tulips are basically the symbol of the Netherlands, or one of them at least. And here are some more flowers. I'm not sure what these are exactly. And then there are these. There at the top, you can get a better view of the bells themselves. There they are. It's not the worst view over there across the river. Directly in front of us, you can see the Lincoln Memorial, and then directly to the right, there's the Washington Monument, and directly to the right of that is the Capitol building. And from this angle and this far back, it looks like they're all directly right next to each other, like ducks in a row. But there is a mile's distance between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument, and then another mile's distance between the Washington Monument and the Capitol building. And if you look to the right of the Capitol building, a little further over to the right, there's another kind of a dome popping out there. That is the dome of the main building of the Library of Congress, the Jefferson Building. And that shows you where exactly the end of the Capitol grounds is, because the Capitol grounds stretch a ways back, and then there's a street, and the Library of Congress is directly across the street. And to the left of that, on that same street, is the Supreme Court, but it is much shorter, so you can't see it from here at all. And then over to the left of the Lincoln Memorial, much further over to the left, you can see another tower, a very different kind of style tower. It looks almost like a church tower. That is the old post office, and that is another historic building there in DC. Well, guys, thanks for joining me out here today at the Netherlands Carillon. This is a place that is really cool, but it is heavily overshadowed by the Marine Corps Memorial, which is a 3-minute walk away. There are always people over there. All the tour buses come through and check out that memorial. It's super famous. And I go there all the time with my groups as well. But we never come here. Most others don't come here either. This is more of a popular place for locals to come to bring their kids to just kind of relax or have a little picnic on the grass or a quick chat with a friend. It's just kind of like this quiet, secluded place that's right next to a really busy place, but yet far enough away where the traffic to the busy place stays over there and doesn't come over here. So if you ever come to the Marine Corps Memorial in Arlington, Virginia, just go ahead and take a 3-minute walk and pop over here and check out the Netherlands Carillon. But anyway, thank you so much, and this is Vigoroso, off to the next cool spot. Take care, guys.